Recently, I came across this keyboard and mouse set by Redragon. Its original price on the Redragon website is $35 USD, and I got this set for about $39 Canadian dollars during their 6th anniversary sale. I couldn't really find any reviews of it online aside from a few customer reviews, but I figured, for this price, why not? What caught my eye was that this keyboard is supposedly wireless, low profile, and mechanical. Other keyboards with similar features are selling for around $100 or more, so in this video, I will do an unboxing and provide my honest thoughts on this keyboard and mouse. Also, this video is not sponsored by Redragon, obviously. As of the time of making this video, this channel's pretty dead. So this keyboard has arrived, and shipping was a lot faster than expected. It said that standard shipping takes about 4 to 5 days, but this keyboard arrived 3 days after I ordered it. So let's open it up. So I decided to switch over to voiceover to save your ears from that terrible audio. I don't have a proper mic, so I'm recording in my closet using my webcam as a microphone. And I'm hoping that this sounds a lot better. So on the cover of the box, there's a picture of the ash gray version of the set. On the side of the box, there's a list of the contents in the box, which includes the keyboard, mouse, nano receiver, Type-C cable, and the user manual. On the back of the box, it shows the 4 colors that the set comes in. I got the lollipop blue version of the set because I thought the colors would look nice with my white desk. In the box, we have the keyboard, mouse, and Type-C cable that connects the keyboard to your computer. The instruction manual is tucked inside the keyboard's packaging. This keyboard is really small compared to the chunky Razer membrane keyboard I have been using, which is perfect because I needed something compact and portable to bring to my dorm. Now the mouse looks like a clone of this beaten up Amazon mouse I got many years ago. The dongle is stored under the mouse, and the package does not include the AA battery, so you have to provide your own. So this keyboard is pretty light. I've had no trouble carrying it around in a backpack because of how thin and light it is. It weighs 368 grams and its dimensions are 349 by 103 by 23 millimeters. There's multiple color options to choose from, so you can pick the one that best matches your setup. This keyboard has a built-in 1600 mAh battery, which has yet to run out since taking the keyboard out of the box. I've been using it for several hours a day for about a month now, so I'm pretty happy with the battery life. To charge the keyboard, you have to plug a Type-C cable into the port on the left side of the keyboard. You can also use this keyboard in wired mode by plugging the cable into your computer. The included cable matches the color of your keyboard and mouse, which is a nice little detail if you care about the aesthetics of your setup. There is one 2.4 GHz dongle for both the keyboard and the mouse, and it does not require any software to use. When you turn on the keyboard, the backlight is on by default. There are 2 backlight effects, and you can select them by pressing the function key and the right alt key. It doesn't say anywhere on the website who manufactured the switches, but I don't feel a tactile bump when I press down on the keys, so I guess the switches are linear. I really appreciate how quiet it is, cause I can use this keyboard without annoying my roommate. I will include a sound test later in this video. The keys wobble a little bit, but it hasn't really affected my experience using it. The font on the keycaps is one I've seen on a couple of other Redragon keyboards. Personally, I feel like it kind of makes it look like some letters are fading, but overall, I still think this keyboard looks very sleek. The keyboard has shine-through keycaps, which allows you to see the keys more clearly in a dark room if you turn on the backlight. The backlight is a blue color, and unfortunately, you can't change the color. It also automatically turns off to save power, and there doesn't seem to be a way where you could stop the backlight from turning off after about a minute of not using the keyboard, even if it's plugged in and charging. The keyboard's got 2 fold-down feet on the back, which is a nice addition considering how thin the keyboard is. I prefer typing on a flat surface, but if you prefer typing at an angle, this could be a feature that you'd appreciate. The thin design of the keys makes them really easy to press, which makes it feel really fast and responsive when gaming, but also makes it easy to make typos. When typing, it's easy to double-click or accidentally hit keys, especially keys like the spacebar, which sometimes activates when I'm just resting my thumb on it. Since the arrow keys are not separated from the rest of the keys, I wish there was something like a bump on the key to indicate where it was, cause I sometimes end up hitting the keys next to it. It might be a little silly doing a sound test for this keyboard because it definitely doesn't thwack, but you can just see for yourself. Moving on from the keyboard, let's talk about the mouse. It's said that it weighs 69 grams, but I found that it's actually 82 grams after you put the battery in. Its dimensions are 104 by 71 by 38 millimeters. There are 5 DPI settings that can be selected by pressing this button underneath the scroll wheel. Out of the box, there is no battery included, so you have to provide your own AA battery. It's also got 2 side buttons that makes it easy for you to go back and forth between web pages. The dongle is stored on the underside of the mouse, which makes it easy to just take out and use anytime. However, it can also fall out, which is why I prefer when the dongle is stored inside the mouse. The mouse is pretty rattly, with parts that are flimsy, and I wouldn't recommend gaming with this because the feet aren't really made to glide smoothly across your desk or mousepad. If I try to use a different mouse with the keyboard, I find that for some reason the keyboard frequently stops working, and I have to turn it off and on again for it to work again. I'm not sure why this happens or if anyone else would have this problem, but I guess you just aren't meant to use this keyboard with a mouse other than the one it comes with. All in all, I wouldn't use this mouse if it wasn't part of the set with the keyboard, mainly because of the build quality. But there are a few things that I like about it. It's comfortable to use if you have small hands, and it looks good paired with a keyboard. One thing I really like about this set is that the branding is really subtle. Instead of having the big dragon logo that's on a lot of Redragon products, the keyboard and the mouse each just have a minimalistic letter R on them. Now, I'm just going to briefly talk about whether or not I liked using this keyboard. I'm actually not very picky about keyboards, or at least not as much as the average enthusiast. I'm more of just someone who reviews everyday products, so if you're really crazy about keyboards, you can take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. But as someone who's only ever used laptop keyboards and membrane keyboards, I am just not able to type properly on linear, low-profile switches. I think I might be typing slower on this keyboard just because of how many typos I make. You'll probably say, that's just a skill issue. And yes it is. It's probably more of my problem than the keyboard's problem. But even on my laptop keyboard, there's just a bit of resistance before the key actuates. On this keyboard, each key feels like pressing down on a marshmallow, and I find the typing experience to be very mushy. If you're used to typing on linear switches, you probably wouldn't think this is an issue, but for me, I'm gonna go with tactile switches next time. For now, I just have to try my best to get used to typing on this keyboard, which, with enough time, probably won't be too difficult. But anyway, if you want to check out this keyboard and mouse set, I should mention that there are multiple Redragon websites, and I got this keyboard and mouse from redragonshop.com. I took a look at the different websites, and redragonshop.com seems to be the official store. I would say just stick to buying from the official store, because I don't know if the other sites are actually affiliated with Redragon or not. Also, for some reason, I didn't receive an update when the package arrived, and it apparently was delivered a day before I found it. It's probably on me for not checking my own front door, but because they sent email updates telling me when the order was confirmed and when the package was on the way, I just kept waiting for the next update through email. So just keep that in mind, since it arrived earlier than expected for me. I typically avoid products that are advertised to have a lot of great features for a low price because I believe I can save a lot more by having things that last, instead of things that have to replace every few years. Of course, you won't get the same quality from this keyboard as higher-end keyboards with similar features. but there aren't many other wireless, low-profile, mechanical keyboards at this price point. If you're on a budget, and you happen to be interested in this style of keyboards, this certainly gets the job done. If you're interested, I'll have the link to the website where I got this keyboard and mouse set in the description. Wait, before you go, this is future me, editing this video with some interesting news. I won a gaming keyboard. I originally didn't know what I was going to do with this channel after posting this video, but I have another keyboard now. So, I guess I'll be making another review. So, subscribe and stay tuned for the next video. I promise it'll be worth the wait. Thanks for watching.